Cheers up, boys. Cheers up.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. All right. So, Travis, start us off with the mic quick, Chris.
All right, so here we go. We'll start with our Take a Drink and Think segment. First question. What action or activity makes everyone doing it look stupid?
Drink and think.
Take a drink and think.
Trademark.
It is trademark.
It's a tough one, man. Honestly. Makes everyone look stupid while doing it. Jumping jacks? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Like,
it's kinda-
if it's like someone from like outside of the area, just
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
walking
yeah.
by and looking at it, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like
It's a
weird.
question. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
True.
I have a, yeah.
Jumping jacks.
Thinking about it for myself.
Yo, I got two.
What?
I'm hula hooping.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's mad
Weird.
goofy.
Like, like unless she's a really attractive girl, then that you just look
Yeah.
weird hula hoop
Yeah.
That's facts.
and doing the limbo. Like you can't be cool
Yeah.
trying to get low. Like how low
Yeah.
can you know?
Facts.
Yeah, those are my two. What do you say?
Videotaping myself in
Oh,
public. I think it's so, I'm there like this.
It's a good one.
And it
That's good.
makes me feel like,
Taking
Even like
selfies
selfies.
and, like,
Selfies
yeah.
look hilarious.
I'm just like
they
this.
try to hold the pose.
I'm just like this, looking around, making sure no one's looking at me.
Yeah, I was
You gotta be-
downtown like 2 weeks ago, and I was just in my car. I was eating food, and I looked to my right. Some girl's like looking around, like she's just making sure no one
Yeah.
sees.
Yeah.
So I look at her. I'm like, okay, I'll turn my head. And then she looks back, and then like so then she looks at her camera. She takes a few selfies, and she looks at them. She walks off. I'm like, that's kind of like the nature.
Yeah.
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 Like kind of like how this generation is nowadays. So. I don't like personally. I don't judge it because it's
Of
like,
course,
For
it is
sure,
what it
for
is.
sure,
Yeah,
for
it is what
but
it is.
It's just interesting, you
And
know.
it just-
Because like a few
yeah.
years ago, like what was it 10 years ago, you wouldn't see something
Yeah.
like that. So.
You just feel self-centered doing it.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So,
It's like you literally have to ignore the world.
Yeah.
But then again, you're putting it on a platform where the world
Where
can
the world
see.
can see it.
So it's like the most
Exactly.
like weird, you know?
Weird, man.
No, I honestly like I can't. I don't find myself doing that often because for that reason. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
when I
yeah.
see people do it, I'm like, yo, I commend them.
Yeah,
like,
for real. They have
more than-
confidence. They have confidence
they have
to be
the
able to do it.
confidence.
Yo,
Yeah,
it's, they
yeah.
literally
They're like,
look
I don't
it's
care.
just them and the camera.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
blocking
exactly.
out everything. Yo, I
Exactly.
can't
That's
do
tough,
that.
And
shit.
yo, the pictures come out sick. Like
Yeah,
realistically.
It's tough. So
Yeah.
like, I mean, yeah, kudos to you. Honestly. Trust me.
All right.
What you got?
Second question. What rumor or conspiracy theory do you actually believe?
Take a drink and think.
Take a drink and think. Trademark, take a drink and think. Lost
It's a good one.
craft.
I like that question.
Oh man, rumor or conspiracy theory? What gauges as a conspiracy theory to you guys? Like in terms of like,
Something
Shit,
that,
it can be 9/11,
yeah,
or it
something
can be
that could be true, could
the
not be
weather
true.
network always. Yeah, I'll keep
What?
mine on
What?
there.
How you
Mine on
feeling?
there.
okay,
How you feeling,
Mine on the
Trav?
okay. My bad. Is global warming like one of those conspiracies?
Yeah, it
could be.
Yeah, no, like I believe it.
You believe,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
believe
yeah,
that
yeah,
global
yeah.
warming is
Real.
a real
Yeah, I
thing?
do.
Yeah,
believe
Okay,
global
okay.
warming is
What
real.
makes you think that's real?
And flat Earth? Like no, the Earth is
Yeah,
round. I feel
okay.
like
What's that's the thing though. Those are conspiracy theories. You don't believe in those things.
no. I believe that. Yeah, I don't believe.
Yeah. So what's
yeah,
something that you do believe in?
Oh. Yeah.
Like,
flip
do you
that
believe-
360. I
Government's
guess.
hiding aliens.
Facts,
Do you
though.
believe
What else? What else?
9/11
What else?
conspiracy?
What else? Yeah.
the NBA is rigged?
Okay. What else?
NBA is rigged.
People said Kobe Bryant scoring how many points that last game, the NBA was rigged.
Nah,
like
I
that
don't-
wouldn't
It wasn't
happen.
I don't
rigged,
believe
but I
that.
think players were a little like more jokey with him.
Yeah, but like
Like,
you
they're
know,
just kinda
because there
like-
has been situations where in college basketball, teams are getting paid by the mob to
Oh yeah,
throw
I
points
would believe
so that they
those
could.
kind of things.
You would
Yeah,
believe.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. In certain circumstances.
Come
of
up with
course,
your
man.
own. Come up with your own.
What's your
My
conspiracy
bad.
theory, bro? What do you think's popping? Travis is dropping bare.
I know, like,
He's a
I
skeptic, bro.
I don't believe
Big time,
everything.
bro.
Yo.
What you got about our food? I heard some crazy stuff about food.
What'd you hear?
That's not for
I've
me to
never heard
tell.
that.
Like, that's not for me to tell. Go ahead.
Genetically modified food? Like, are you
Okay.
talking? Like, I don't know. I think that's.
I
That
do
there's
believe in
chickens
that too.
there's chickens that have
Genetically
like
modified
5
food.
legs and 4
I don't know about
breasts.
that, but I believe that American athletes are bigger because the
They
food
be
that they
eating that
eat
food.
is filled with steroids.
Duh.
I wouldn't doubt that because
Bro, they go to McDonald's for $1. They get a burger that is messed up. I'll tell
Yeah.
you that. Like,
Facts, though.
I
That's
agree.
facts. Their
That,
chickens
bro.
are like, however big, that's full with steroids. You're eating. You're telling me you're not getting steroids?
Of course.
Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. But like,
It'll come out one day.
I'm trying to think of like
And Canada's
one
gonna take
like
over.
that, like one that hits me. But honestly, like I don't really. Honestly, I haven't really looked into a lot of the
Conspiracy
Conspiracy
theories
and stuff. But like with like I said, with those ones like the global warming and stuff, people claim there's conspiracy theories, but I
Yeah.
don't believe.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But then
Yeah.
it could go on the other end too, from their perspective. Is like
I
they
think
look at
global
it as
warming is
if
real.
We think.
Why would it not be real?
Some people, it's like the government was, I don't know, don't quote me, but
I'm
what I
quoting you.
believe is that the government was saying that it was just fake news, pretty much, just to take away from real stuff that's happening in the
Oh,
world.
so it's like a distraction.
Yeah, but I think it is real. Like,
Yeah,
the world is that like we're creating. There's how many billion people on the earth? We're definitely creating a lot of
Heat?
yeah,
I heard the cow
wrong
farts.
gases and shit.
Yeah,
I heard cow farts are doing it,
right.
bro.
Really?
Yeah, I heard
He's
the
right.
cow, like whatever gas they
ethanol?
emit are actually like
Methanol or
destroying.
something.
Yeah,
Methanol
it's
gas,
actually
whatever.
destroying the
I ain't the
ecosystem.
one.
That's weird.
That's crazy.
That's why everyone's saying be vegan.
Yeah.
Beyond Meat, but then I heard
But then
Beyond
what are you
Meat.
gonna
I heard
kill
Beyond
the
Meat is
cows?
actually worse for
It
you
is.
because it's processed foods.
Yeah, I never heard about that one. But
It's
Oh,
processed.
bro,
The
conspiracy
owner
theorists
of Whole
screaming
Foods
Illuminati, Jay-Z.
was like, "Yeah, this is a
Is it?
conspiracy."
Bro,
That's
are we allowed to be
conspiracy.
saying this, bro?
Yo, we might have
From
the
real estate
government running
agents
after
to
us. But yeah, they were saying how it's at the end of the day, it's processed so many times that it's actually worse for you than
that makes sense.
what? What are we talking
a
about?
meat burger.
Beyond Meat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, I don't agree, but I heard.
Yeah, it's like, and like if you ask a vegan about Beyond Meat Burger, they'll be like, "Yeah, it's not good for you. It's just like a cheat meal for us."
Yeah.
You know, it's not like
So it's like us saying that we're healthy. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
I heard
I'm
that
healthy. I
same
only
thing.
eat the
it's not-
Beyond
yeah,
Meat
it's
burgers
not
at
healthy
A&W.
food. Yeah.
Come sponsor.
Yeah, come sponsor.
Come sponsor.
Yeah.
Tim, yeah. But yeah,
Yeah. French fries.
Vegan, but it's not good for you.
Yeah, facts.
So
interesting.
I don't know.
Good question.
I
You gotta go look up some conspiracy theories at
I
home.
promise. I'll look up
Don't
some.
believe
Yeah,
in
yeah.
all these. They're wrong. My other conspiracy theory was
you
that
got?
if you look at every single long weekend or holiday weekend, the Weather Network coming up to that weekend will always say that it's raining. So that you will continue to check back there, aka running up their advertising money. And then those weekends, sometimes it is rainy, but a lot of the times the shit changes right before the weekend or on the day of.
That makes sense.
I don't know
Because
if
you're
it's
like, yo,
true.
what do you want to
Gotta
do
make
for the long weekend? Oh, let's check the weather. Oh, it's raining. Let's keep checking back. You know? That's my other conspiracy theory.
Oh,
That's
that
true, but
Look into that one. I never-
Look, yo, and
look
that's
into the
all I
patterns,
pay
you know?
attention to, bro. That's
That's
all.
all.
Every
all
long week,
you
I'm like,
pay
let's see what the
attention.
Weather Network's trying to tell us.
did you check it this past weekend? Labor Day
I
weekend?
didn't check it.
Oh,
Because
that's all you should be doing. You got one job,
I'm
Trav.
planning on going golfing. So like,
Okay.
anytime I plan on going golfing, it always says it's raining, and then
Maybe
golf
that's
day
the
comes,
conspiracy theory in
golf day
itself, bro.
comes,
Golfing
it's
and
sunny
rain,
outside.
bro.
It's always sunny.
They always trying to make it rain when you about to golf.
Hate.
You ever hear the conspiracy theory that the government controls the weather?
Yo, I've heard that.
Okay, yeah.
I think Thing told me that.
Trey. Well, maybe not. But shout out to Trey
think it was
Millings.
Fridge.
Oh, yeah. Fridge did tell me. Yeah, Fridge said that
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
What was it though?
It's like they have, what's it called? Like towers
Like
that.
the geostorm kind of thing?
Kind of thing. They have towers that control like certain. I couldn't explain it properly. And
Really?
we're on camera, so I'm
Yeah.
embarrassing myself. But you know what I'm
Terminator,
saying?
bro.
Yeah,
Crazy.
bro. Shout out to Fridge though.
Shout out to
Smartest
Fridge.
grade
That's
grade 9 kid.
He's a thinker.
Oh, he's a big time thinker. I like it.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a good smart kid, bro.
Yeah.
Genius. Yeah. Kindness.
So that went on for a bit.
Yeah, I got caught up.
This is completely different
Okay.
question
What
here.
you got?
All right, so a little bit more serious. Where does self-worth come from? Take a
Okay.
drink and
Take a
think.
drink and
Take a
think.
drink and think.
He just drank, so I'll give him that.
Take a drink.
Yeah, do your thing. Okay, do your thing. Do your thing. Don't drink and drive, people.
Don't have multiple.
Self-worth.
That's us. Like,
it comes from like internal like this is a tough one, but like not tough one to answer, but tough to articulate.
Yeah.
It comes from self-belief in the sense that like you are that person, like you're that guy, you're that woman, like like at the end of the day you're that person for whether it's for a job, for like what you do in the world, and on top of that it's like it's your purpose too. Like
right.
Like if you have a purpose, if you feel like you're backing up what you believe you're set out to do, kind of thing.
Yeah.
If you feel you're aligned with that, I feel like that's where your self-worth comes from. If you're misaligned with that path or that approach, that's where you're off balance and off key or like like it causes issues for you and like people around you, family members, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
How would you react to the person who creates or says that like the amount of likes, the amount of shares on social media is directly correlated to self-worth, like opposed to the Instagram model who gets thousands of likes, but when she's alone, she's miserable.
You name it, like, so 2 years ago, if you would ask me that, or like just a while, like not too long ago, I would have probably like agreed that it relates to your self-worth. Not only but not because of like what I like where I was, but more so just because of what I had. I'm talking music-wise.
Yeah.
My I don't know, my social media is based around my music. And
Right.
all that stuff. So I'd say back then, like it'd be more like guided towards, okay, I gotta meet a certain number, generally, right? But now at this point, it's like for me, I don't really care about that stuff anymore because it's like I kind of like I said, I don't know if you saw my last. When I was posted on the radio, like I was happy about that.
Yeah.
But like that's something I set a goal for, right?
Right.
I reached the goal eventually, but I wasn't upset, but like once I reach it, it's like okay, like it doesn't feel how I imagined it to feel, right?
Yeah, that's a lot of
it's
things,
like,
right?
It doesn't make sense for me to moving forward in that sense. I don't think it makes sense for me to really to set goals in that mind state or that mind frame, if it makes sense. So like if say I set another goal, like I'm gonna be happy for the goal I've achieved, but I'm not gonna see it as establishing myself as a certain type of or certain status,
Right?
Essentially, but that's basically how I see self-worth in that aspect and social media of it. Outside of social media, I think it's really just honestly when you approach people, like when you interact with people, you make sure you try and feel. If you're happy, you make sure the other people feel that same way. You bring that same type of energy and uplift them if you can notice that they're down or other way around, kind of like just feed off the energy of other people, the good energy of other people.
So why can some people kind of align themselves with their self-worth and some people have difficulties with it? Why do you feel that kind of happens?
That's something I don't know. But like I feel like I've had struggles with it in the past with myself too. So I'm not gonna knock anybody who has issues doing it. But I think a big thing is a stage of life that you're in. You kind of life hits you with struggles, So, but in terms of realigning yourself, a lot for me is really just kind of finding a new method of doing things, finding a new approach to people and things, and start doing things you love rather than things you don't necessarily like doing. You got to change your environment, kind of like that's what I've been told before. Is like if you change your environment, you change your attitude. And it's true. I think some circumstances you can't, but like for the most part, like if you change your environment and your approach to things, like it's kind of important to like use that as a catapult towards realigning yourself. Kind of,
Right.
So,
You are who you hang out with, kind of sort of thing.
Pardon me?
You are who you hang out with in a certain way.
Yeah, not only that either. It's just like, you know, that's true. But like even then, like, you know, just for me, it would be like you are the way you see yourself. You are the way you see the world. You are the way you see circumstances. You know, and it's okay to see them in the wrong way,
Quote unquote.
like, you know, like look down upon like the circumstance you're in, but like you could get out of it is kind of how I see it.
Yeah.
Like change that mind state kind of thing is how I see it. But that's pretty much how I see it, you know. So